Welcome to Lexus of Madison. My name is Sam Lancaster, Lexus Vehicle Delivery Specialist. Today I'm going to go over a 2016 ES Ultra Luxury package. Starting out with the window controls, all the windows are going to be automatic. Auto down and auto up features, door locks, locks. The memory seats, just for a refresher, once you get the seat, steering wheel, and mirrors positioned, you can then hit set. And I'll do it this time for 2 until you hear the beep. Auto lights, parking assist, and blind spot monitor. Place for storage, mirror selector, left, right, and the tool to get it lined up with your eyes. The light stock. We have the lights on, driver's lights off, meaning no lights are being used. Auto, parking, manual, fog lamps, quick blink feature. That's just by tapping down the arm. And regular turn signals. Brights will be pulled back towards you, and that's just to let people know that you'd like to have them turn theirs off. Dash brightness, an odometer. Odometer, you're going to see 0.2 miles on trip A, trip B, 0.2 miles, and 9,974 for your absolute approximate tool for bringing your, or approximate range to bring in your vehicle for an oil change. Every 5,000 miles on a Lexus would be a tire rotation. Every 10,000 miles would be an oil change and tire rotation. As you see right now, the front hood is open because we are applying the 3M hood protector. Volume controls for the radio, up and down. Track selection. Mode to go through AM, FM, satellite. I think there's a little bit easier way, and I'm going to show that in just a moment. Your talk tool, that you can actually speak to the vehicle, to answer your telephone or hang up your telephone. When I talked about using the radio controls a little bit easier, we're going to go to this multi-information page. And currently we are on the I. We're going to use the cursor and go over 2 clicks to radio display. Down at the very bottom it says, and it's pretty hard to see, and I apologize, it says push center dot for radio station. So I'll do it again. Here's your FM, and I'm using the downward cursor to get to the FM, satellite, CD player, Bluetooth, auxiliary, and AV modes. So again, just for a refresh, whenever I use this tool, if I'm not in radio, we're going to hit the multi-information, which is this button right here. Then you're going to see the information come up with I. We're going to use the cursor, a couple of the clicks, just to get over to the note. Use the center dot, and then we're going to choose whatever source that we want to go through. This is a lot easier to use while driving because all the information is right in front of you. Multi-information page, you'll have a smart compass, which would be the second screen. Right up underneath the compass symbol, you'll see a black spot, and that black spot is designed to read the street name that you're on. Your cruise control, as well as any messages and settings. And I want to just make sure everything's set up properly. When we use steering assist, this is basically this tool right down here. It's your lane keep or lane departure assist. And basically what that's going to do for you is when you start to leave the lane by maybe tiredness or something of that nature, the steering wheel is going to vibrate as well as turn the vehicle more towards the middle of the lane. The sensitivity you can always change from, like, say, standard to high. We'll keep it at standard. The sway warning will be a coffee cup on your main dash, and it's going to look very much like this right here. Let me get back over here. Sorry, I'm trying to navigate a camera as well as a car. The sway warning is going to look just like this, where you're going to have a coffee cup. To set the cruise is a little different than the vehicle you're trading in, and how we're going to do it is first we're going to click on this on button, very similar to what you're used to on the vehicle that you're trading in. So at the top, we're going to see when I press the cruise button, there is a symbol down here that looks like a little tachometer with a car on the top. Then you can choose the distance that you want to follow behind the person. So you have, for example, 3 wavelengths, 2 wavelengths, and 1 wavelength. And that's something that I'd want you to experiment with to see if you would like to use 3, 2, or 1. If you don't want to use the radar cruise, you can definitely do so by just pressing the on-off button. That's the button that I'm using right here. And from the side, you can definitely see that it says on-off. And what we're going to do to not use radar, maybe it's raining or snowing outside, what we're going to do is we're going to pull the arm towards us. So in this case, what we're going to do, and I'll go over this a little bit better, like I said, navigating the camera and the car at the same time is a little much. What we're going to do is we're going to use the cruise. I'm going to hold it in. So first I'm going to activate the cruise control. And then I'm going to hold in the end cap for a couple seconds. You're going to notice that the car is no longer there. There's no green car, and that will allow you to use the traditional cruise. So this is your radar cruise. This is your lane keep assist. Your lane keep assist, or I'm sorry, lane departure assist. Basically, when you're departing the lane, the steering wheel will turn in to center. Right now, we are currently in a mode called accessory mode, where if you tap the stop-start button twice, it will allow us to use the windows, the mirrors, the seat positions, the navigation. When we look up at the navigation, there's 3 different modes to use this particular system. We have north facing up, the direction as to how we are driving, and 3-dimensional mode. To use destination, we can go down and click on the word destination. And what I'm doing is I'm using this mouse. This mouse has an enter button on the left side, right side, and the actual cursor button becomes an enter as well. So when I want to type in an address, I have to be in a park position. I can go change the state if I'm going to Iowa, Illinois, Michigan, Minnesota, Florida. The city, I'd type in. Now the nice thing about typing in, it has a tool built into it where it's going to try to find the city the very quickest based on the fewest letters typed in. So in this case, Madison. And then you type in the street name, because the street name is displayed up at the top that they want you to do the street, then the address numbers. Now, of course, this is a great system to use. It's always a backup system. You can also use Destination Assist. This Destination Assist program will connect to a live operator, which you'll be seeing right here. It says connecting. And the nice thing about it is you do get the service 1 year complimentary from Lexus. So I'd use it as often as possible. And right now what we're doing is we're uploading the signal, now connecting to Destination Assist. In just a moment I'll have a live operator on the actual vehicle.
This call may be recorded or monitored for quality assurance purposes.
Lexus Inform, this is Justin. Where would you like to go today?
Yes, I'd like to go to the Milwaukee Brewer Stadium.
That was the Milwaukee what stadium?
Brewer, like B-R-E-W, Brewer, E-R, or Miller Park, sorry.
Oh, Miller Park?
Yep. In Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Right, alrighty. Oh, that's on One Brewer's Way. Gotcha.
Yep.
Okay, I've got that address located One Brewer's Way in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and I see Miller Park right next to it. Anything else for you today?
Nope, that's perfect. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you for using Destination Assist. Be sure to select Go and have a good day.
Thank you. The reason why I wanted to use Milwaukee as a route is because you are kind of down in the Milwaukee area, if I remember correctly. And Milwaukee Brewers, why not? It's a great baseball team to follow. So when I'm driving, the car is actually going to start directing me to that location. But because we're out of Lexus of Madison, it's going to show us 3 different routes. And we can do that right at the top where it says 3 different routes. I'm going to use my mouse button and click on the side. And now you're going to see that you're going to have a quick, an alternate, and a short. And sometimes it's hard to tell if the systems are giving us 3. And in this case, I'm going to zoom in by using my arrow off of the remote touch, and I'm just going to scroll over. And we do, in fact, have 3 different routes. And one is taking us down through the city, which I don't know if I would take today because there's a lot of downtown activity. Around the Beltline, which is the alternative route, or we could go the alternative route would be going down around the Beltline and all the way down on the scenic path of going almost too far out of the way, all the way down to Beloit and all the way back up to Milwaukee, which is way out of the way. Or you could use the quick route, which is also using the same exact going around the Beltline. However, now we're going to use an interstate. You can definitely tell by using the alternate route, you're going to be using 128 miles versus the 89 in the quick. Now the short is definitely going to be shorter in mileage, but in time you're going to see 2.4, or say like 2 hours and 4 minutes. The quick route is going to be 1 hour and 39 minutes, and the very cool thing about this system, it does take into consideration HD traffic and weather. HD traffic and weather are going to be standard and complimentary throughout the lifetime of the ownership. It is not a subscription, and that is pretty darn slick. What we're going to do is we're going to hit OK.
Please proceed to the highlighted route, then the route guidance will start.
You're going to notice up on the navigation screen that the route now is in blue. Now the blue route is going to take us all the way out to Milwaukee, and that is going to be the quick route. And I'm going to zoom back just to show you that Miller Park is down here at the target. Now, if I don't necessarily want to go to Miller Park right this moment, what I'm going to do is I can do one of 2 things. I can hit the DEST button and hit delete destination at the top, or I can simply speak into the computer by saying,
Please say a command.
Delete destination.
Delete destination. Would you like to delete destination?
Yes.
Yes.
Now the very cool thing about Destination Assist, if I ever want to go back in and to my previous destinations, I can find my previous destinations right over here on the right side of the Destination Assist. And there it is, Brewer's Way, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. That would be our wonderful world called the Brewer Stadium. To delete out these, I'm just going to go down here, delete out number 2, because that has no variance of anything. And I'll keep in Milwaukee Brewers just in case if you want to go out to a game. Now, with that said, we have Go Home. Like I told you yesterday when you were sitting behind your car, the easiest way to use Go Home, because you are in an area that's a little tough to find, once you pull into your driveway, hit Go Home with the mouse, yes, and Map. When you choose Map, the neat thing about it is I'm going to zoom right on in, and you're going to see that we're in Lexus of Madison in Middleton, Wisconsin. We're right off an airport, and that's the reason why it's called Airport Road. And if I want to mark it as my home, I can just hit it as enter, but that's not what we want you to do. We want you to take the car into your driveway or somewhere close to your driveway, hit enter, and then that way that saves the location as your home. The beautiful part about that is when the home is programmed, you then can simply hit the tuck switch and say Go Home, and the car will take you to your home, obviously with your eyes, hands, and feet driving you there. It'll definitely assist you in the directions. A couple other fun things that we do on the map. We have emergency. It's not always a fun thing, but it's a good thing to know that you have police station lists. In case if you need to get to a police station very quickly, it will pull up a list of all the different police stations nearby, just like dealers, fire stations, and hospitals. Last but not least, you can also do something called an interstate freeway. What that does is, say if I wanted to use an interstate and a freeway exit, and I wanted to go into Madison, but I didn't necessarily want to put my address in. And if I know that I always go on this route, I could just put in 94 and East Washington, or say 151 and East Washington. I'm sorry, that's the same road. 90 and East Washington. It would cancel the directions right at that particular address, that location. So right here we got ourselves options, map mode. You can do a dual map or a compass. Some people like the compass nowadays, where you have the compass on one side and the map on the other. Go back into your navigation and choose options again and map mode. How to set up a radio station. We're going to hit radio twice to activate it.
Alias and others still to come.
I realize that down in Milwaukee your stations are different, so I'm going to choose to use the turn scroll. You're going to notice that the numbers are changing up here. I'm going to use one of our stations, which is 92.1.
$1,000 and whose name appears.
Place it into number 1.
Stay tuned.
I'm going to hold the enter button in.
I'm Dan Barker with
And 88.7 now becomes 92.1.
Dustin Lawson, a former evangelical
And just repeat the
apologist who
cycle.
worked with Josh McDowell.
Climate control is going to feel very close to the car that you traded in. You have your climate control for the driver and passenger, an auto feature that in case there's tons of humidity out, you'll automatically go into recirculative mode, and then when there's less humidity, it'll go to fresh air mode. You do have auto climate control as well that keeps your temperature based on these numbers, or low or high, and then the fan speed will adjust to the numbers for low and high. Down here you get yourself the heated seats and cooled seats. Heated steering wheel. Heated steering wheel is only going to be on the leather part of the steering wheel. Privacy screen, you're going to see that it's coming up. The nice thing about the privacy screen is when you do put it in reverse, it does come down. Another just little word of advice, if you're going to use it in eco mode, which eco shows up right down here, you're going to notice that eco is going to give you the very best gas mileage in the city. It's not really meant to be used with cruise control, but if you would like to use cruise control, push straight down on this button, eco no longer shows up, and you're in normal mode, and that's perfectly fine to use cruise. And in sport, you can also use it. When you go to sport, you'll have a little bit of a red background and a little bit quicker acceleration. Cup holder, and you do have both keys attached, so those are both together. Emergency flashers, media control, CD usage, or Bluetooth music, and you can always go up and down your tracks too on your CD by using this button if you're the passenger. Clock, You have a button on the left and right side, forward and back, so if I wanted to go forward in time, in 5 minutes, by using this button, or back, 5 minutes. Down underneath here we do have your Lexus of Madison complimentary gift box, which I'll let you open that. But down under here you do have a place to plug in a cell phone, 2 USB ports in case if you want to listen to music when you do get your smartphone, as well as an auxiliary port. Up here at the very top is your SOS button. In case if you're in an emergency situation, you can press the button and you'll be connected to a live operator. That live operator then will ask you what your emergency is, and you can simply say roadside assistance, tire, repair, fuel delivery, towing, or battery jump. Or you can actually say something of a medical side of things, like chest pain or choking or something of that nature, and they'll try to get someone very quickly to you. When you do use the voice prompts, you're going to want to just speak out towards the windshield, because the speaker will pick it up. You just want to make sure that you do use the speaker up at the very top of the ceiling versus aiming your voice down towards the steering wheel, where most of the time this system will say pardon or excuse me. Right now this is just an overall basic idea as to how your vehicle works. If you have more questions, I'll be more than happy to deliver another video to you at another time. My name is Sam Lancaster at Lexus of Madison. Thank you for watching.